Can I tell you a secret? There's this book that I've been trying to read for the past 6 years, but the thing is, every time I pick it up, I'm confused out of my mind. No, this isn't a foreign language book. Well, it kind of is, but the version I'm reading is translated into English. It's called Thus Spoke Zarathustra, or Thus Spake Zarathustra, depending on who you ask. See, I can't even get through the title in one go. Like I was saying, there's this book, Zarathustra, written by Friedrich Nietzsche. You know, the God is dead guy. Every year for the past 6 years, I have tried and failed to read this book. Zarathustra is my white whale. It begs me to read it, but I just can't. It's too confusing. The farthest I ever get is around chapter 3 before I give up. I am here today to tell you that I have finally read this book. It took me 2 weeks of concentrated effort to read 5 of Nietzsche's other books, but I did it. Today, I'm going to break it down so no one has to go through what I went through. And hopefully, by the end of it, we learn something that we didn't know before. First, a brief background on the author. Nietzsche lived a hard life. His father died at age 36. Friedrich suffered health issues for most of his life as well. He became gravely ill at age 36. At age 44, his health continued to decline, but Nietzsche didn't give in. See, if there's one thing you need to know about Friedrich Nietzsche, it's that he was brilliant because of, and not in spite of, his tragedy. But his life didn't get better. Nietzsche lived the last 12 years of his life in complete delusion and insanity. He probably had a brain tumor. He died in 1900 at age 56. Nietzsche was not a nihilist. Nietzsche was joyful, grateful, and brave. He spent his whole life fighting against cynicism and self-pity. There's 3 things you need to know about Nietzsche's philosophy before diving into Zarathustra, or I would recommend starting with his other books first. 1, Nietzsche was obsessed with the pursuit of understanding. 2, he pursued truth with the same reckless passion. And 3, he was too courageous for his own good. Now on to the book. I will not summarize Zarathustra. If you want to read it, go ahead. It's freely and legally available online. But for everyone who's curious, here's the main 3 things I think you should know before diving into Zarathustra and why it's considered Nietzsche's magnum opus. 1, the book is supposed to be confusing. The whole prologue is just about how the main character is misunderstood by his audience. 2, the illusion and allegory. Zarathustra is rich in symbolism, references, and leaves tons of room for interpretation. It's an allegory of Nietzsche's own writings, while at the same time being a parody of the Christian Bible, and also a novel of its own with an overarching plot structure. So, if you want to go on the journey to read this book, I recommend you go into it with patience and open mind, and understand the book will not fully make sense. Just relax and enjoy the ride. 3, the themes. In my mind, it's a story about overcoming adversity, having the courage to stand up for what you believe in, and letting meaning and joy find you, not the other way around. So, why bother? I tried to read Zarathustra for 6 years. I thought the tone poem was cool, so I wanted to understand the source material. Ever since my first Zarathustra attempt, I've been left wondering if reading the book would end up meaning anything at all. I can tell you now that the top of the mountain is worth the climb. Reading Nietzsche is like reconnecting with an old friend. Reading Nietzsche feels like sitting down with a kindred spirit, and sometimes a horrible monster. Be warned, not because the book is dated, but because the author isn't afraid to ask dangerous questions and give some equally dangerous answers. So that's all I wanted to say. However, this is just the beginning. I know that this isn't the kind of video that people seek out. It isn't a summary, it's not a cool quotes compilation. It is just a short personal anecdote about something that I care about. There are about 100 different ideas that I want to end this on. Nietzsche wrote the best things and the worst things and everything in between. There was no perfect answer, but I decided to end it with this. Read a book. Any book. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.